truth live from where they create. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Hey everybody, hello. Hola. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Y'all see what I got back there? I put some more stuff back there. Don't that look cute, y'all? Look, bam. I got the whole nativity right there. Want to see Jesus? Hold on, let me show y'all Jesus. Hold on. Show y'all Jesus. Look at your little Jesus. You see Mary? Mary's right here. Mary's right here. The three wise men. And then you see my little signs right there with the yellow flower matching the yellow that's in the thing there. We got it going on. Got a little shoe over there. Shoe. This is not a dress. This is a top, y'all. This is not a dress. This is a top. Look, it's a top. It's a long bottom back top. Not a dress. Not a dress. It's a top. Hey, Bridget. You guys see? Y'all want to see the high heel shoes over there? Look at it. And the little church right there. That church supposed to be with them. That's the church for there's some Linux. It's nice, eh? Yeah. We're going to put some lights on there next. When is Thug's interview coming? It's coming. It's coming. Real soon. It's coming. When God said it is coming. That's when it's coming. When God says so. When God releases it to come, that's when it's coming. What's the T initial? That's my last name. What's wrong with you? That's my last name. Tumasimi. You said what's the T stand for my last name? All right, y'all. Let's go ahead on. We're gonna have an open forum tonight because we're gonna talk about what's on our mind. I wanted to talk about something because I was looking at I was looking at the I was thinking about the interview of Donovan's mother and also the um video that she did, right? And I was reading the comments inside the video. Man, what my guy told me about the cesspool of people in the internet, man, they are so like evil. This woman is grieving for her son. This woman is going through a lot of pain. She feels that there was injustice, that she's not getting justice for her child. And the comment that some of the people have put on this thing, I'm like, do you guys have a heart? Not you guys. I know my people are really good. I know that. But some of the folks that the comment that they put on there, and I'm like, Lord, we need to be praying for her family, because they did lose a loved one. And I don't care how people may perceive the young man to be and things like that. To lose a loved one, I don't care. It's a hard thing. It's a very, very, very hard thing. And it is in the way that she lost her loved one. It's hard to accept. There's no, you have to find that closure, and you need to and it's a lot. She's hurting. And you guys, I don't know. I don't know what to say about some people. Man, I don't know what to say. We have an individual in our midst who just recently lost his son, Nick. And you see the pain that Nick is going through, with the holidays coming up. And for people to try to talk about the person's history and the person, I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand. Where's the compassion? Where's the compassion, the love, the support? You know? Where's the support? Everybody's geek up of the trial and stuff like that, but there are lives that was lost. And I know some folks be like, "Oh, that's the life they lived," and blah 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 blah. I don't care what life supposedly a person lived. No one deserved to be shot down like that. Period. Nobody does. That's one of the things that's on my mind, that I was really like, I really have a problem with that, with kind of stuff that people was putting in the chat. And it was so nasty. And just tell me something. You lost your oldest son in 2017. His birthday is Christmas Eve. My prayer are for those family. Amen. It's easier for people to judge. Taking the time to understand is hard for people nowadays. It is. It is. And it's, yeah. And then they transferring their ugliness towards this lady. And it's not fair. It's not fair at all. Put yourself in her position. Walk in her shoes for a minute and see, how would you feel? How would you feel that your child life doesn't mean anything, and he can get gunned down, and it's okay that there's no justice? Mm. It's really sad. Really sad. So I lost my son in February this year. My condolences to Rob. Yeah, I remember. Where's the compassion? My heart broke for her when I saw her that video. By the same time, I generally do not think those men were the ones that were gun me. And I agree, but it's just the ugliness, the comments that was put in those videos. That's the problem that I have. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can have your comments. Sometimes if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. That's what I was taught. You don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. You know? I had to apologize to her too because when I was in the court and I was reporting on what I seen and what I heard inside the courtroom, I was just bringing out the report, and she felt some kind of way of me, and I was just reporting, and and I have to understand, I have to be sensitive to individuals that are in it, These are lives that are in it. I'm not in it, but I should have enough compassion for her to realize that, yeah, it's newsworthy for me, it's news to bring to you guys, but I got to do it in a way that I have to be sensitive to how she's feeling, She didn't like what I had said in regarding to say, because I mentioned how she wasn't too friendly. And I mean, I understand she's there to hear the trial. She's not here to be friends with anybody. She's here just to, go about her business. But when I made a comment about her not being too friendly, she felt offended by it, and I apologized to her for that. Because I wasn't realizing, I wasn't thinking at the time about her feelings, and I have to be conscious of lives that are part of these cases, on both sides. So I just want you guys to be a little bit kinder, a little bit sensitive to the lives of individuals that's left behind. Those families are feeling the pain of the loss of the loved one and feeling that they have not received justice for their unaliving of their family member. It's sad. I remember when my cousin was set up by his ex and he was killed. He was going to get his stuff from her house, and when they ambushed him, my uncle grieved so bad. We thought we would lose him. Yeah, it's hard. A mom losing her child, her baby. You know how hard that is, y'all? Mothers, you know how hard it is for you to lose a child? I don't care who may think the child is bad. That's the mama's baby, period. And I just hope that they are giving her some sort of counseling to help her to get through. It was in 2015. It's still like yesterday because the wounds are still being opened during these trials. Every time, I told you how they were crying when the picture came up and they showed his body on that table. I mean, that's a hard thing to see your child body there like that. Yeah, absolutely, I do blame the state. I do blame the state. But I mean, she doesn't blame the state. She on the video, she mentioned how, the state did the best. No, the state didn't do the best on your child. No. I would disagree with that. They did not do their best. I think they did a shabby job. They did a shabby job. That's my opinion. They sold you a hill of beans, and they used the death of your son for political reason. And it's sad. Hey, misunderstood. How are you? It's really sad that they did that to your child. My heart, it broke my heart when I lost my daughter. She doesn't see what the state done to her because she sold something not possible. She was told something not possible. They and that's what I feel. My heart goes out to her. I mean, the days when I used to see her sitting there, and one time I saw her at Target. She was shopping at Target, and I happened to see her, and I just smiled at her at that time. It was about a year ago. I saw her at Target. It was right before we went to court. It was early in the morning, and I happened to see her in there because I think she was going in there to get something at the same time I was, and I saw the pain because she's always by herself most of the time. And I saw the pain that she's in. I mean, every day she has to be reminded of her baby. And you heard what she said on there. And you got to remember, she's hurting, she's angry, and she's going to say stuff that does not make sense to most of us. It's not going to make sense, but it's a way of her healing. And let her grieve. Don't judge her. Let her grieve. Let her grieve. And we'll just pray that God give her the peace that will help her to get through these days in life, It was definitely a tough case. Years later, his son was killed the same neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. He lost his only son and grandson. This world is really sad with the way life means nothing to some people. Yeah, you're right. My son's so-called friend picked him up after they started stuff with another car. A half an hour after they picked him up, they got chased down by that car. They crashed and my son died instantly. My condolences, Rob. I remember that day. I remember. All right, let me put the link. I forgot to put the link in there for you guys to come on in here. We can have our next topic. But y'all, as I was saying, pray for Donovan's mom. Pray for her. Pray that God would give her the peace and the comfort, that her heart will be comforted and the healing process will begin. And I know it's hard because she's still in the grieving process. I don't think she even really had a chance to grieve for her son because she's seeking justice. Just pray for her, y'all. All right. Anybody want to hit the link? Come on up. Maybe we can have another topic. I don't want this to be a sad occasion. We could talk about anything, whatever's on your mind that you want to talk about. We can talk about it tonight. Hey, Jay, we can talk about it tonight. Whatever's on your mind. It could be something happy. It could be something fun. You love my wall, Gigi? It looks nice now, right? I need to put some more words down there. I need colors like the purple, the gold, the white. It's really nice, isn't it? I was doing some stuff up in here. Y'all thought I was just sitting around doing nothing. See the little vase down there? See the vase? Look at that vase. It's cute. It is so cute. Look at that, y'all. And it all has the same color scheme, don't it? Has the same color scheme, some kind of way. My throat is itching. It does look cute. Look at that. Praise the Lord, everybody. Praise the Lord. Nobody want to come up? Pray for the parents that lost their kid. My heart really hurts for them all. Definitely. Say less. Were you in here when we talked about it? For the wish list, are the item removed as they are purchased? They should be. Now, listen, guys. Hey Tammy, how are you? Listen, guys, this is what happened. Okay, let's talk about the wish list. Shout out to Pamela. Pamela went and did her own wish list. She didn't follow the instruction that I gave her, but she put out the wish list. And I've been getting phone calls from different individuals telling me that the wish list is not working well. She said that she put it up and it was working, but Pamela, it's not working for people. It's not working, Pamela. It's not working. It's not working. They just tried and it did not work for them. You need me to come and decorate your Look, I'll just put some things together. I went to Goodwill. Well, this is not Goodwill. This Linux thing right there, that's not Goodwill. It's the only thing that's not Goodwill. Everything else is Goodwill with the exception of my degree, and I got to find my other degree. She says she made it public, but Pamela, it's not working because they see their address and not when they go make the purchase to send it out, it's bringing up their own address. It's not working. Dream says she'll try it again later. See, everybody's been trying, Pamela. They're trying to get the babies their gifts. Hold on. Hey, hon. Sorry about that, guys. Um, okay. I've been watching trial from all day from the Judge McEwen, McErney. You mean McBurney? I believe he's in B1, I think. What site are you ordering from, Pamela? She's ordering from Hey Mel. Amazon, yes, Dimple. She's ordering from Amazon. When you order as gift, you can remove your address and put her address in where would Pam's address. I'm not Pam did it herself, Dimples. Pam did it herself. And people tried to get in. I put the link in there. And when she sent me the link, I tried to put it in the community chat, and people are having trouble with it. Hey Jason. People are having trouble with it. People are having trouble with I didn't put the list together. I didn't do that, Dimples. She did it herself. Family, I tried to order, it came up and shipping the money. See, that's everybody's getting the same problem, Pamela. Everybody. Your list could have been finished by now. Everybody's been having trouble. They're trying to get the baby's gift, and they're having a hard time. Can you drop the link? Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. Pamela, drop the link. Pamela, drop the link in the chat. It's showing their own address when it's like. Hey, Hankin TV. Guys, listen. I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't want anybody sending me money for her gift. Please don't send me money for her gift. That's why I was telling you guys to go to Amazon and do it. But please don't send me money for her gift, please. Please, please. Because then you guys gonna have me having to report that on as my income. I don't want to do that. Please. Please, please, please. Just go to Amazon and place the order for her. Because not me, y'all. Don't send me no money. Please. Don't send me no more money. 2 persons send me money for it, and I don't want no more money sent to me. Please don't send no money to me for her gift. Go into Amazon and get her gift from Amazon. All right, I'm gonna put the link in here. Here's a link for all you guys. Come up here if you want to say something. Did you go shopping and get a new decorating behind you? It looks great. No, I didn't go shopping. Let me tell you, Sting. Let me tell you what happened. This nativity, I had it in my closet. I went in my closet, look at the top. I said it was in a box. I said, oh, let me put that out. So I put that out. No, I didn't put the church was downstairs. Remember we had that bookshelf? So I took the church from downstairs and put it there. And I put the vase from downstairs and put it there. So no, I didn't go shopping. I only shopped the other day when I got that and I got that and I got the flower. That's it. Everything else I had already. Okay, Dimples is here. Hold on, Dimples. Hey, Dimples.
Hey, Sylvia. Happy
Hey.
holidays to you and everyone in the chat.
Same to you, Dimples.
Thank you. What I was trying to convey was that when whoever's ordering, and I'm not sure if they tried it, but when they order, instead of putting their name and address in the from section, they should put Pamela's name and address. So the from would be from Pamela to Pamela with her address. That's all I was trying to say.
See, she should already put her address in already, right? For gift already, right? And it won't show her address, right?
See, that part I don't know. I just know that whenever I've ordered a gift for someone, when I went to Amazon, instead of putting my name and address, I just put the person's name and address in there both times.
See, but the thing is, we don't want everybody having her address. You know what I mean?
Oh, got it. I got it.
So, because with mine, when I put out mine, I hid my address. It would still go into my address as long as I click the link, and it would go straight to come to me whenever they ordered something from my list.
Okay, I understand then. It's not going to work the way I'm suggesting. So thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you. Well, good luck, Pamela. Thanks.
Thank you, Dimples.
All right.
All right.
Be back in the chat.
Okay, honey. When I log in, I select the items and check out. It only shows my address, not hers. It's not supposed to show her address. Okay, who placed an order for me last time? When I did my order. Hey, Big Red. When y'all placed the order for me, because I hid my address and it came straight to me. Pamela may be working on the link. It's showing it will ship to me. Yeah, I know that. That's what everybody's been telling me. See, if Pamela would have did what I told her, it would have been. But she didn't do what I told her. All I told her was just send me the link, the list. You came up as if it was going to be shipped to you, but your address was hidden. Thank you, Steen. That's the way it did. See, Steen, this is how I did mine. Steen said it came up as it was being shipped to you and your address was hidden. That's the way I did it. Just my name came up. Thank you. But at least we're working it out now. Guess what I did today, y'all? I started taking my shots again, and I feel very like, I need to lick some salt or something because I feel like, where's my ginger? Let me see if I got ginger candy. Hold on. So can you add her address to your wish list and the items that she wanted that way? You just text me. I don't have my other phone with me. If you just text me, Miss New Orleans, I don't have my phone with me. It's downstairs in the car. She's trying to fix it, I think, y'all. Hold on. Let me get my ginger candy because I'm feeling nauseous. See, I got my ginger drops from Melly Mel, courtesy of Melly Mel. I got my ginger drops because I'm feeling kind of nauseous. No, I'm not pregnant either. I'm just nauseous. I took the shot, and I just feel so like nauseous. Oh. I feel. I tried it and it let me select her address for. Okay, it did. Okay. Okay. So she just did it again, y'all. So go ahead and try it. Don't be trying to go to her house either. Mmm. Mmm. It worked, y'all. See, everybody's saying it worked. Okay, y'all. Y'all go ahead and get the gifts. Pamela, did you add more stuff, y'all? Because I was like, y'all, Pamela has 3 children. She has 2 of her grandchildren and her daughter. She didn't put her daughter on there. I'm like, why you didn't put your daughter on there? She's 8. So the list will be, it's going to be a little bit bigger because her daughter's stuff is not on there. So all y'all that wants to be a blessing, go on. Be that blessing. Yeah. Deb. Yeah, it is. Yes, I added more like you told me to. Okay. Y'all. Deb, I don't like that feeling. And even this candy's making me nauseous. I take the candy out of my mouth. Oh, I'm feeling nauseous, y'all. I'm not having a baby. I'm not pregnant. I'm just nauseous from the shot. I took the shot this afternoon. Sniff some alcohol? Okay, let me go sniff some alcohol. I got some alcohol pad. Hold on. She said, sniff some alcohol. I got an alcohol pad right here. I am not pregnant. Ugh. That alcohol smell's not working, y'all. It's not working. Look, Steen said the order was successful, Pam. Yay! Woo! Smell the alcohol? Okay. I'm smelling the alcohol. My sister is on the shot. She uses Regain for nausea, but would sniff alcohol. Ugh, I don't like the smell of alcohol. It's giving me a headache right now. I need to drink some water. That's what I need to do. I'm feeling shit. I feel like, oh. Okay, y'all. Y'all don't forget to continue to make the purchase and get the babies all the gifts they have out there from Santa. You guys are Santa, okay? Y'all, Santa, y'all be like, ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho. Santa. Okay, what were we talking about before we started talking about the mishap of the app? Pamela got it fixed, y'all. Yay, Pamela. Oh, don't forget, what's the Amazon link? Okay, where my Stephanie at? Wait, Steph, Pamela, put the link in there. Put the link in the chat. What you gonna cover now that YSL trial is over? You've covered you've been covering the college. M? What college M? You talking about that case is over with. That the one with that young lady? That's over with. Thanks, Stephanie. Stephanie just put it in there. Pamela put it in there. That's the thing. What's up, Auntie? What about them dogs? Second champion. Congratulations to the dogs. There you go. Thank you, Steph. That's Pamela's thing. Okay. Thank you, Khadijah, y'all. That's for the babies, y'all. That's for the babies. Jamie Lee. Hey, Cece. Jamie Lee. Who's Jamie Lee? What about Jamie Lee? Jamie Lee? That's something. Hold on. Let me go check that out. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I told you guys to come on up. When did that trial start? Oh, yeah, that background do look good, y'all. It looks slamming. My background looks scrumptious. I gotta move back. Hold on, hold on. Look at my background. Oh, Lord, look at that, y'all. It looks good. Mm-hmm. Are you feeling better, Anika? Hope you're feeling better. Look, let me tell you some of the work I've been doing, y'all. Okay. There is a guy. There's a guy who's in prison right now, right? He's at Butler's prison. And you know, y'all, I played his thing the other day where he was talking about Robert Kelly. He's over there in Button over there. Well, I reached out to him. He's getting out of jail soon. I'm going to have him on my show. Yeah, he's getting out of jail. So I've been reaching out. Andrea, hello. Andrea, you unmute yourself. Andrea. Oh, her thing disconnected. What? Oh, we got to get on. What? Jay, what was that? Jimmy J. Lee. Okay, hold on, hold on. Jimmy J. Lee. Let's go learn a little bit about him. Hold on. Jimmy J. Lee. Jimmy J. Lee trial. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh, y'all. Hold on. Let's go get a little history on this case. See if I can get the I'm trying to see the okay, hold on. Oh, this is hold on, hold on. Hold on. I want to get a little history in that case. Everybody's doing the thing with Diddy on it, y'all. The Diddy is the conversation for today, but that's a old. I want to know. This is day 5 of the trial. I wanted to get a little history on the trial. Everybody's doing the Diddy thing, y'all. Yeah, everybody's talking about Diddy. Everybody talking about please get on. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find out. Hold on. I'm trying to get that. My timeline talking about Brian or Jay Z. That's all I see too. Jay Z is all over the place. Jay Z is all over the place. Trying to get a history of the case, but it's not bringing that up, y'all. It's bringing me actual trial.
New hair.
Let's see, just show it by your hair.
Mm.
Why?
Uh,
This is the jury stuff. Okay, what? You gonna bring it up? Yes, please. Yeah, it's not. I hope at least bit and okay. Search for college student M 2022. Okay, hold on. Let me search.
I forgot to get my little child, fur child, some food. Don't have any food.
Look at you, look cute.
Thank you. It's so dark, isn't it? I love it.
Cute.
Look how dark it is.
Dallas got dark hair, y'all.
Dark and lovely. I don't think I'm gonna make that.
What? You're not coming with me? Why?
I gotta clean up.
Oh, so now you ditching me again.
Again? I was going to go somewhere.
You ditch me when we
Not the
go.
person who never want to go nowhere with me, please.
You never invite me.
I do. You don't be wanting to go.
When you invite me someplace?
As of recently, I haven't invited you, but the last time I did, you know what to.
Okay, here come Adriana again. Hey, Adriana.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hey,
My name is Andrea.
Andrea. Okay, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Great. I watch your channel all the time. I've been watching
Mm-hmm.
since I got laid off of my job last year, the trial with you and all of your subscribers and members. And I normally watch under North Media. I don't know if you remember that name or not.
Yes, I remember North Media.
I'm
Hey,
North I'm North Media. But
hey.
hi, I wanted to come up and say
Mm-hmm.
I lost my son to murder. It'll be 20 years next year in Fulton County, and the DA's office totally blew the case. So I was not surprised when I watched this. Hilton wasn't there at the time, but Love was there.
She was there 20 years ago when your son.
Yeah, she was there. Well, it was a 10-year deal, just like this. Just how this happened in their case happened in, what was it, 2015 or whatever?
Yeah.
My son was actually murdered in 2005. However, they didn't bring it till what year was it? It was 10 years later,
10 years
2015.
later?
Yeah, it was 2015 when the DA's office first contacted me. Now, I will say this though.
Mm-hmm.
the Fulton County Major Case Division. I don't know if they still have that or not. It was the detectives. Those detectives are no longer there because I had a detective named Detective Cross. He was very good. They did a very good job investigating the case. They kept me involved. I was involved because I was giving them information and the whole nine. But once it got to that DA's office, it all fell apart. And the GBI played a part in it too. They don't do their jobs right. They're incompetent. It was just unbelievable. And I just got to the point with the DA's office where I just told them, don't call me no more. I was like, don't call me no more. Because they call and they act like they don't realize. I had to tell them, they called me on my job, and with the information they was telling me, I was crying. I was like, do you realize I'm at work? And do you realize we're talking about my dead son? They had no empathy, no nothing. It was horrible. It was the worst experience ever in life. But I basically just told them, look, don't call me no more. I didn't even want to go through with the case with them. And I've never heard from them again. The case never went to trial. I was just like, don't call me no more. I said, because this is where I get up. I had to get off of the roller coaster, because what happens when they wait 10 years is I was finally at the point where the pain had subsided and God had replaced my son's memories with the pain. And then when they call and you got to go back through all of it, it rips that wound wide open. And then it puts you right back in the grieving process. So what I wanted to say really was about Donovan Thomas's mom, because I did see her video. And I will say this, I totally 100% agree with the verdict that came down in the YSL case. But I just hope that people give her grace, because when I watched the video she did, I could tell and I knew and I could feel her pain. And I don't think I know she did. She didn't see the trial out of the same lens that we all saw it, because that's her son and she's in a lot of pain and all she knows is her son is murdered. And maybe one day she'll be able to go back and look and see that it's the state who totally screwed this case up. The case should have never been brought. The case was overcharged and the evidence was horrible. And it is what it is. But I just wanted to come up and say that because I had experience with the Fulton County DA, and they're horrible.
So they never did anything with your case?
No, let me tell you what they did. The detectives that I had been working with, we thought we had the guy. They contacted me. The guy had got arrested up in, I think, Charlotte, somewhere in Charleston, South Carolina, or something like that. And so they knew, they was like, this is the person. We know this is the person. So we got plenty of time to build our case, because he had got busted up there for some drugs or whatever. So he went to federal pen. So that's why he was still building the case. At some point they called me and they realized that the person that person was not the trigger person. And they realized that because someone who knew my son had went to prison, and they went to prison and talked to him, and they showed him this guy's picture, and he was like, that's not, I don't want to say the person's name, but he was like, that's not so-and-so. So then they realized we've been waiting on this guy over here for 10 years and that's not really him. So the murderer been running around, the whole time, right? So then when they find that out, by the time everything's over to the DA and them knew it, they never put a warrant out for the guy. I couldn't believe it. The DA's office called me after Christmas 2015 and said that, oh, this guy was in town. This is the murderer. This is who we now know is the real trigger person. He was in town over the weekend for New Year's. He got stopped. They stopped him for, a traffic violation or something, went to jail. And because they don't have a warrant for his arrest for murder, they let him go. And then she said, oh, but he has a girlfriend out in Gwinnett County. So, we're going to go out there and talk to her. I'm like, oh, well, la-di-da. And she's going to tell him, and, he just won't come back to Atlanta or whatever. So, and then they had the murder weapon, but the murder weapon had to be used in Gwinnett County in a case. the detectives in Fulton County, Detective Cross, it was his name. He told me, he said, we did the paperwork where they had to submit paperwork to Gwinnett County. When you get done with this gun, it's wanted in a murder case in Atlanta. When they go back to get that evidence, the gun, Gwinnett County had thrown it out. Well, the DA's office calls me and says, well, don't worry about it because they had already taken the ballistic test. We can use that. Then they called me back and said, oh, well, we can't use the ballistic test because the person at the GBI that did the ballistic test didn't do the proper procedure. Something about you're supposed to put it in the system, computer system, and something about putting it on paperwork. So what they basically wanted to do was start all over again, investigating it all over again. I was like, no. This is where I get off. Like, I get off. I'm done with y'all. I'm like, you're incompetent. And, I'm done. I'm not going to spend another 10 years waiting for you to do what should have been done right in the first place. So I just told him, don't call me no more. I gave it to God. I just was like, Lord, I can't live my life like this. I can't live on a roller coaster. I give this to you because at the end of the day, when we all leave this earth, we have to meet our maker.
Amen.
And so let God let God deal with them. And that's how I chose to go because I just couldn't deal with the Fulton County DA's office anymore. So yeah, it was crazy. It was a crazy ride. And like I said, I give Fulton County Major Case Division, the detectives that I work with, only one I can remember his name was the Detective Cross. They were good at doing their job. They really were. They were really good. They kept me involved. They even told me, they was like, ma'am, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even have a case. All we had was a dead body. Because I went to work. It was like a detective. I got out on the streets, went to the barbershop, the recording studios, because my son was also a recording artist. So I went and was getting all the information and giving it to them, and then they could, do what they do. So the detective did a very good job. They really did. They did a very good job. And it wasn't their fault that the person that was up in South Carolina that was in jail that we thought was a trigger person, it wasn't their fault that they got that wrong, because somebody else that my son knew, a female, she had identified him from a photo lineup. And the storage unit where they found the murder weapon that murdered my son was in this guy's storage unit. And he was at the storage unit when Gwinnett County and then went out there to search that storage unit.
And the gun, and
So-
the gun was there.
Huh?
And the gun was there.
The gun was in his storage unit.
Wow.
Yeah. So like Detective Cross said, even though he's not the person who pulled the trigger, he wasn't totally innocent either.
Mhm.
So, but I let it go. I had to, for my own sanity and peace of mind. I mean, it had been 10 years. We think I'm going to go on this ride for another 10, and these people are calling me we can use the ballistics. And then you call back the next one. Oh, well, we can't use the ballistics because they didn't do this right. Well, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that. You're not going to drive me crazy. And so I just was like this. I just told them, I said, don't call me again. And they said, you don't want us to call you? No, don't call me. Do not call me again. And I meant that. And I've never heard from them. And I just gave it to God. And I said, Lord, we all got to face you. And to this day, I'm comfortable with that decision that I made. Because I would have hated to gone through trial like Donovan Thomas's mom did. And they put on a lousy case with lousy evidence. And then you know what I mean? So I just rather God handle it.
Yeah. And when he handles it, it's going to be handled right.
Exactly. So I just say, hope everybody gives her grace, because when I watched that, I was like, she's hurt. She's in pain. She's angry. She didn't see the trial through the lens that we saw the trial. And I understand that. And I just hope that one day she'll be able to go back and she can see the mistakes that the state made, that the case should have never been brought. They overcharged. It was horrible. The evidence was horrible. And I was I got confused with the evidence. Detective Cross told me it's a puzzle. The detectives told me in my case, he said it's a puzzle. You put all the, you got to put all the pieces together. Well, they wasn't even putting together the pieces. They was all over the place.
And then
At
they
one
kept
point, I
lying
was
on
confused. I'm like, I don't know who killed Donovan, who killed Nut. I'm like, there was just so much reasonable doubt. I'm like, you got me totally confused.
Yeah, and you want to put the right people in there and not the wrong person, because it's not
Exactly.
going to be right. You know, it's
And
not gonna,
that's why, too, in my son's case, I'm glad that the guy that a friend of my son's who did, when they finally, he would talk. He wouldn't talk at first when he was out on the streets, when he was free out on the streets. But then when he was in prison, and they went and talked to him, and they showed him this picture of this guy that they thought was the trigger man, who had the storage unit with a gun in it. And he told him, he goes, no, that's not. Well, I can say the name Fire. That's not Fire. Well, I'm glad that he was able to identify the right person. And then they were able to show him a picture of Fire, and he goes, yeah, that's Fire. Because then they would have been charging this other man that the female had identified as being Fire. Then they would have been, charging the wrong person. Because she had died. And I asked her, I said, how did the officer told me, he goes, ma'am, it was easy mistake for her to make. He said, because I'm just going to tell you, he said, they looked alike. So, and when they show you pictures, they're not the clearest pictures, because they show me pictures. They're very fuzzy, so it's not like it's a real clear close-up shot. So, she made a mistake, but like he said, it was an honest mistake, because they did kind of favor. So, but yeah, they wouldn't, I just couldn't stay on the merry-go-round, on the roller coaster. I'm like, no. I just told him, don't call me no more. I gave it to God, and I had to go on with my life. And I knew that in my heart that my son would be okay with that, because I know, my pastor's wife had told me that the Bible says that the dead can hear, speak, and see. So I know he observed me after the fact, doing all the investigation work. I'm like, I missed my calling, because I was investigating and getting information to them. My son observed me doing what he knows, standing 10 toes down for him, trying to, get evidence to the police and whatever. So I know my son was like, that's okay, Mom. It's good. You did what you were supposed to do. And so I let it go.
Yeah.
I let it go.
Wow.
But yeah, this trial's been interesting. It's been interesting being in your chat. It's been, like I said, I got laid off in last May, and I'm 63 years old. I got laid off last May, and I've been watching the trial ever since. And I watched it to the end. Matter of fact, when the verdict came in, I was like, is it a question or is there a verdict? Because I was on the phone, and I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta see what's going on. But it was very interesting. This is the trial of the 21st century. O.J. Simpson's trial was the trial of the 20th century. This is definitely the trial of the 21st century. I believe there's going to be a movie. I hope Tyler Perry gets on it, for somebody else does, but I believe there's going to be a movie. There has to be. The one thing, though, I think we were robbed of, and God forgive me, but I think we were robbed of this. I wanted to see Love's face when that verdict, when they said not guilty on all charges. We could not see, because the cameras were on, on the defense and the defendant. I was so robbed, because she drove me crazy.
Trust me, if I had my camera, since those people took my camera away, I would have showed it.
I know you would have.
I would have showed it, y'all.
I've never seen nobody talk so much. I would be sitting here watching, saying, "Will you shut up?" Oh my God, that, like Weinstein said, she tucked the ears off a donkey. But you covered it well. You really did. You did a really good job of covering it. And I also wanted to tell you, let your haters be your motivators. Because I'm going to tell you something. Dogs don't bark at parked cars. And they only barking because you're on the move. So keep on doing what you're doing. You do a good job. Do your thing. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody worry you. Whatever people gonna talk. I mean, they gonna talk. They talked about Jesus Christ. So who are we?
Nothing but
Yeah,
raggedy rags, filthy rags.
exactly, exactly. So don't let that stuff get you down. Don't let that stuff bother you. You know, just keep on doing what you do.
I will. I will. Thank you. And thank you for coming up because I hope someone will definitely tell her what you said because you experienced it and she's going to have to let it go in order to heal.
Well, you know what? I created my YouTube channel North Media, but it's in private. It's in private status
Mhm.
because what I wanted to do is North is my son's recording name was Bishop North.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and he told me that North stood for never obtain rank through hate. So what I wanted to do, I was thinking about starting a YouTube channel and talking to mothers of murdered sons and giving them a platform to tell their story. Not only the story of what happened, the story of how it affected them, how it affected their family, but also telling the story of the judicial side, what was their outcome, what was their experience, yada yada yada. But after seeing stuff on YouTube, the way people just
Attack.
attack other YouTubers, I was
Mm.
like, do I want to do this? Because I'm like, I've been and lost my religion, and I'm not going to hell for nobody. But it's just too much. And the thing that really makes me sad, Miss Sylvia, is it's the black people doing it. It's black folks that's doing it, and it's sad because there's a lot of YouTubers out there, and the white folks who have YouTube, they're not going at each other and snitching on each other and turning each other in. And I'm like, what? This is just crazy. There's enough money out there for everybody. There's enough subscribers out there for everybody. So I just don't understand why we do that to each other. And so I just had to double think. I mean, had to go back and just say, I don't know. Because I don't want to be attacked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to be attacked for what I went through or for giving a platform to other mothers who have gone through the same thing that I've gone through. I don't want people attacking me. I don't want people turning me in because, oh, they're jealous. Because that's all what they're doing to you. It's all out of jealousy.
Mhm,
People
mhm.
are jealous. They're envy. And that's why my son was murdered. It was all about jealousy. And they were envied because the producer that he worked with, he point blank just told me, because it was his roommate that set him up. It happened in my son was murdered in his own home.
Wow.
His roommate set him up. His roommate set him up, and the studio that he worked out of and the producer that he was working with, when I called to told them, he said to me, "Do you think your son needed Tony Cash as far as rapping?" And I said, "I'm not trying to toot my son's horn, but my son didn't need anybody." And he said, exactly. And he said, "I'm going to tell you something." He said, "They were jealous of your son." He said, "Because your son was good." He said, "I could bring your son, come in here into the studio, put him in the booth and let him go." He said, "Tony Cash come in here, I had to send him home every time. You need to work on this. You need to do this. You need to do that." But all the females that they hung in their little crew, hung around, they said the same thing. They said, "Ma'am, they didn't like your son. They didn't like Bishop. They was jealous of Bishop. They always talked about, Bishop has all the money. Bishop has all the dresses nice. Bishop has all the females. Da 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 da." My son was only 23 years old. These
Wow.
guys were in their early 30s. Why are you hanging around a 23-year-old when you in your you 33, 32? My son had just turned 23.
Mm,
So yeah, jealousy is something else. And
mm.
that's why they attack you, is jealousy and envy. And that's why they attack you. Because I've been on other channels, and I see what they say and and I'd be in the chat saying, "No, that ain't right, and that ain't doing da, da, da." But they're just it's sad to me because it's black people.
Mhm,
It's
mhm.
black folks. It's black folks doing it to each other. And I'm like, unbelievable. So yeah, so I haven't started mine because once I saw how that goes and all this, that, and I'm like, ooh, I want to get in that world.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully though, for Donovan Thomas's mother, unfortunately, it's fresh again because they ripped the wound off when they, 10 years later, here they come with the case.
I wonder if they're going to do the second trial.
You wonder if what?
If she's going to go and sit through that second trial.
Are the guys on the second trial, some of them are charged with Donovan Thomas's murder too?
Yeah, some of them. I know Garlington and Miles. I think Miles Farley.
If I was her, I wouldn't do that to myself. I just would not do that to myself. And the state needs to come up with something, because if you got a verdict of not guilty on all charges for Shannon and Yak, I don't see how you think you're going to get a guilty on the other ones.
And the other ones will not trigger people, supposedly.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think the state needs to no, let me ask you about this, Miss Sip. Don't you think they definitely need to drop all charges against that Miles Farley?
Mm-hmm. I think
The one that was the designer. I mean, all charges need to be dropped, period. They need to drop all charges against him. He had never had a record. He had never been in trouble. He was just in the car. And let me ask you this, because I never did get. Did the rental car place, was it Hertz?
Yeah, it was Hertz.
Where they claim the Infiniti came from? Because some of the jurors said they didn't even think that. They said that didn't even look like an Infiniti to them.
Mm-hmm.
But did they ever testify to who returned the Infiniti?
I can't remember.
I always wondered about that. Did they say who, or did they go? Because some rental places will pick it up. So I always wondered.
I can't remember. It's been so long ago on that part.
I always wondered. And poor Woody, I don't care what nobody says. I love Woody. And Woody helped turn that case around, because if it wasn't for Woody pleading the fifth and going to jail, they would have never had that ex parte, and they would have never got a new judge. So he completely helped to turn that around. And for him to be able to get up on that stand and tell his truth, that he was lying, to me is commendable. That shows that he definitely is a changed man, because a lot of people would not do that. Most people are going to get up there and, oh, well, I lied. So I'm thankful and proud of him that he was able to get up there and,
and
let them know more.
God is using him too a lot.
Exactly. And I could tell that was the first step. You got to clean up your mess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was his first step of God using him. You got to clean up your mess. You got to come clean. You got to let them know that you lied. And he did that. So I'm proud of him. I'm really proud of him. So I don't know the state. I don't know Fulton County. I don't know what they're gonna do, but I know they got so much egg on their face it ain't even funny. Because I think they think they was winning.
They did. They thought that.
And that's really pitiful. I mean, they might have been the only ones, because I'm sitting here like, if I had to tell my daughter, I was like, if I was on the jury, I'd have to vote not guilty. I said, because there's so much reasonable doubt.
Yeah, and I said it from the beginning. I said it's going to be a not guilty. If it is something, it's going to be a hung jury. There's not going to be a guilty plea. I mean, it's not going to be guilty.
You know what? Well, when I first started watching it, I went in it like this. In my mind, and in my mind, I'm thinking, this is how I went in. I'm being honest. They did it. That's how I first thought when I first started watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Before any evidence was presented. That's what I thought. Matter of fact, my neighbor worked at the Cobb County Jail,
Mm-hmm.
where Doug was at.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking they did it. But then I started watching the trial and watching every day, and I was like, Lord have mercy. Like, I told my daughter, I'm like, if I was on that jury, I would vote not guilty. I'm like, the evidence is horrible. They're all over the place. I don't know who did what at this point. So, and then the video of the Brinks murder, for them to just act like that third white car never pulls up, they don't even talk about that. They let the defense talk about it. They just ignore it. Like, are you kidding me? We see it. We see the car. I mean, come on now. And then she tried to say that the car wasn't on the side or something. Yes, I'm like, well, where is it? It's not in front of it. It's not in back of it. That car was parked right there on the side. And yes, the lights did blink. And the person walking, I never saw the person. When the person was walking, couldn't really tell if they continued to walk because I didn't see them go up further.
Yeah.
But in that area, I think there's a lot of homeless people. They could have been high. They could have been had them a drink or whatever, or they could have just eased behind the little bushes and just stood there.
Yeah.
So, and the car turning around, yeah, that car turned around because they heard a gunshot. I would have turned around too.
Exactly. I would have turned around so quick.
That was just common sense. They turned around because they heard a gunshot. And like Sean said, by the time that car turned around, Shannon had been gone for like 34 seconds.
Uh-huh.
So, did you know, is Shard married to a black woman?
Yeah.
I thought so, because he did an interview and I saw the picture of him and his wife and his son. I was like, go ahead on, Shard.
The barbecue.
Yeah, go ahead. So
I think she's Jamaican. I think she's Jamaican.
Oh, okay.
His wife, because he was telling me for Thanksgiving he was gonna have Jamaican food, curry goat, and all that kind of stuff. I was like, you're gonna have all of that for Thanksgiving? He said, "Yep, I love Thanksgiving."
I know he eating good. He eating real good. He's eating really, really good. But yeah, this has been so interesting, and I'm asking God because it seems like every time I get laid off, there's a big trial going on, and I get to watch them. Because when Ray Caruth years ago, I had got laid off, and that trial was on. I got to watch that whole trial. Michael Jackson, I got to watch that whole trial. O.J. Simpson, I was working. I couldn't watch that, but I recorded it, and I used to watch. I've always been into trials, just watching them. Oh, I love watching them.
Yeah, me too.
But this one is the first one where I really learned. Before I just was watching, I was watching the evidence and wanted to see the outcome. But I had never heard of an ex parte. I had never heard of 401 and 403. I learned so much. I learned a lot. Matter of fact, I applied for a job that has something to do in the legal field. Hopefully they call me.
Wow. Okay.
Hopefully.
No, you should go and apply to be an expert of gangs.
I think we all are. I watch Boys in the Hood. And let me tell you something else. Remember that the person that was in everybody's chats, that Vera?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was that detective. What's her name? Bertarito, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I think Vera was her. I think she was Vera. Yeah. I think that's who that was. Yeah, I'm an expert. I watch Boys in the Hood and Scarface and Colors.
And look, we have more than 40 hours of learning it too.
Exactly. They're experts. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me?
70 days.
I was like, unbelievable. I wouldn't even have got up there. I mean, get some real experts. And I'm going to say this too. In my son's music, and I still have it to this day, and that's one of the things I'm thankful of, because he did record his music and he was in nightclubs performing his music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I want to hear his voice, I can put on his music. Now, did I approve of some of the stuff and some of the word? I was like, what? That was in the music?
Baby, right? Not my baby.
I was like, I'm going to say, I know for a fact that everything they say on those tracks are not true, because my son had some stuff in there that I know wasn't true, but he had some stuff that was true, but there was stuff in there that I know good and doggone well that was not true. So, it's just, like Doug Weinstein said, it's artistry, and they do have imaginations, and they do. Even if my son didn't come from the hood, but he saw movies, and his favorite. They want to say music is bad and it gets young kids to do this and that. My son's favorite movie was from way back in the day, Scarface.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and they had all kind of guns and drugs and all that, going on. So, but yeah, his music was some of his music wasn't what I cared for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I was like, why don't you rap about gospel? He'd be like, Ma, ain't nobody trying to hear that. But yeah, I put his music in every now and then and listen to it because he does have some stuff that I really like. He has he has a song called Movies. And what he did is he did I think it was 18 months to 22 months in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he wrote a lot of music when he was in there. And one of the songs was called Movies. And my daughter was like, how the heck did he do that? She's like, my brain don't work like that. He told me that he just went to the different inmates and was like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie? And then he went back and he took all these movies and he put them together and made a story from all these movies, all of these, what you would consider, they're all classics. So it starts off with Menace to Society, Hoodlum with a Scarface. And then it goes on and it just tells it. It's mind boggling when I listen to it because me and my daughter to this day is like, how the heck did he do this? But I'm just blessed that I can, still hear his voice when I want to.
His name is Bishop.
That's the name he gave himself.
What is his rap
Bishop.
name?
What's his what?
His rap name.
Bishop North. He was just he was in his prime. He was just getting started. He was working with I can't even remember the man's name, the studio and the producer, and they had him going to like open mics, so going to clubs and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, the very first time he performed was at a strip club. He called me, he was like, Mom, you gonna come? I was like, oh my God, in a strip club? So I went, me and my I called my boyfriend, I was like, Bishop is performing tonight at a strip club. I really don't want to go to no strip club, but that's my son and I want to support him. So he's like, yeah, come on, we'll go. So we went and he performed in some clubs in DeKalb County. Mm-hmm. So he was just getting started. He had his little, I don't know what they call. He had his demo that I still have to this day, and then I put him on. Transferred the demo songs. I transferred over to a flash drive, and then he had a lot of other music that I didn't know anything about. But when I called the studio to let him know that he had been murdered, they told me, that they had all his music. So I went down there and I got all of his music, and so he had all kind of songs I knew nothing about. I only knew the ones that were on the demo, but he had recorded all kind of music. So they gave me everything, and then he also had done a photo shoot that I didn't know anything about that either, and so they gave me the pictures from that. So, but he was good. He was good. And I ain't just saying it because it's my son. Because if he wasn't good, I would have told him, son, you got to do something else. I didn't want him to do rap. I didn't want him to be a rapper. My son was he was an A student. He was very intelligent. He could have done anything, anything. But he, that's the road he went. And I didn't want him to go down that path. But at some point, my pastor's wife said to me, she said, support him. At least it's legal. She said, you don't, that's not what you wanted for him. She said, but support him, because, and he wrote a gospel song. Uh-huh. He didn't record it. I actually put it in his, how when you have the funeral, and you have the little program. Uh-huh. I had him put the words from the gospel song in the program, and it was called "Looking for a Better Way." Looking for a better way. So tonight I pray. So I put that I used that in this program. I flew him home. I'm not from Atlanta. I've been living in Atlanta for the last 30 years, but I'm actually from Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So I flew him home. I flew the body home and had the funeral
In
in our
Iowa?
home. Yeah, in my hometown. Yeah. Yeah, because some of my friends were calling me from here in Atlanta. Well, you ain't gonna do nothing here. I didn't want to do anything here because I'm like, I don't know who's who. Like, you shoot the doggone murderer could be standing up at the funeral. You remember the movie Juice?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Bishop was Tupac. That's probably where my son got that name from. So yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
but yeah, we just got to pray for, pray for. And here's another thing, and I ain't trying to be harsh, but when your kids are out there in the streets, and I said this to my daughter about my son, because my son was not no angel. Okay, he was not no angel. He did stuff. He obviously, because he had to go to prison for 22 months. He was selling drugs. What I said, I always said this, even before my son's murder. I used to always say this: if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So if you're out there, your sons are out there, or daughters or whatever, out there in them streets, and they participating in whatever, I mean, it is what it is. And I'm not trying to be harsh because that's still your child. And even when my son died, I said it to myself. I said, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. The people that he was involved with, the people that set him up, they were dirty. He knew they was dirty, but he was trying to watch them because they was working for him. But he's trying to watch them. But, you live by the sword, you die by it. I mean, that's just, you can't be out there doing dirt and don't think dirt's gonna come back on you. I mean, or doing dirty things or dealing with dirty people and don't think that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just can't, But I mean, I asked the detectives though, what was the motive? And they told me. They said basically that my son had challenged his roommate with his mouth, saying whatever he said to him. And I knew they were not getting along because the night before his murder, my son had called me. He was upset with the roommate because the roommate was allowing different people to come over and just sleep over and stay on, guys that my son didn't know. And my son was saying, I don't like being around people I don't know. I wasn't raised like this. I don't know these people. I don't like being around people I don't know. But he was talking loud so the dude could hear everything he was saying. But, so basically he said that it was all about, my son challenged him with his mouth. But my son carried guns, and I didn't know that at first. But when he would do open mic nights in clubs and stuff, he told me one time, well, Mom, I can't remember when he said, well, I'm gonna have my gun with me. I was like, no, you ain't gonna have no gun with me. It's like, no, you ain't gonna have no gun in the car with me. I don't roll like that. No, I'm like, you ain't gonna have no gun in the car with me. And he was a convicted felon. You ain't even supposed to be around no gun. So, he lived that life. And it was something he chose because, like I said, he didn't come from the hood. He didn't come from the hood. And it was just something he chose. And that's one of the things I wanted to ask if I did my platform, ask women, mothers is, like for solutions, because why do you think your sons or daughters or whatever, your sons are going to the streets? And I know why mine did. And it had everything to do with his sperm donor not being in his life. And at some point, boys need a man. Even though I thought I was married and I had he had a stepfather, but his sperm donor was never in his life. And so they end up going to the streets looking for love. And the streets will teach you everything but love.
And sometimes they want the attention.
Yep. From a man.
Yeah.
Because me and my son we was tight. We had a bond, an unbreakable bond. I loved him to death. Even after his murder, I've got a Facebook memorial page, and some of the, well, they're not kids anymore, but some of the people that he went to school with, one of them, sent me a message on his Facebook memorial page, and she said he loved his mama and everybody knew it. She said that's all he talked about in school. My mom this, my mom that, my mom, my mom, my mom. But we had a very good relationship. And but he, at some point I remember it because he started giving me heck, and then at I think it was like 17, I sat him down and I was like, what is going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? And then he just had his head down and I said, is it that your biological father was not in your life? And he cried like a baby. And I had never seen my son cry like that. And he cried like a baby. And it hurts my heart to this day. He cried like a baby. And he said, he said he felt unworthy. He felt abandoned. And then he said, I don't even know what he looks like. I was devastated. And so that was his whole thing. I had sent him to counseling before that at like 14 when I first moved here, because that's when he first started trying to act out. And they told me that. One of the counselors told me that. He said, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. And I said, what? He said, his biological father. And I said, did he say that? He said, no, he didn't say it. He said, but anytime you bring it up, his body language. It was his body language. So you know what? I found that biological father and I bought my son a plane ticket and I put him on the plane. And by this time, I think he was 18. I put him on the plane and flew him to Houston, Texas to meet
his father.
Yeah. Because I would do anything for my son. I just never knew. I don't know. Because I grew up in a house with two parents. So I didn't realize that bothered him, that his biological father wasn't his life. He had his stepdad, but I didn't realize how that, I just didn't realize how that bothered him. And it bothers him. It really bothers him. And that's what was going on all along. He told me that's what it was. So, but it's so nice to talk to you. I was like, I'm going to go up one day. I'm going to come up one day. But I said, I'm going to go up here one day. And I said, I knew you didn't like nobody coming up if you like them to be on camera. And I'm sitting up in here with my satin cap on. And I'm like, I am not about to be on camera in my satin bonnet. So I'm going to throw my picture up here and go up and have a conversation, because I was just like, I had to tell you, how good of a job you do. And I really have enjoyed watching and being part of your chat and watching everything go down. And just, you did a very, very, very good job. And I wish you could have had your camera and got that picture of Love's face, because I just said, oh, we were robbed. We were robbed. We were robbed. You know what? I don't know.
You know what? It was because of jealousy I lost the camera too. Because they wanted to take it away from me, and they wanted to get me out of that room. And they did it. I mean, I'm not saying I was perfect. Now, come on, because she wasn't supposed to be rolling, but the other station made mistakes and they let it go. And I still, I mean, I could have fought that way, but I was like, let me just leave it alone. I'm not gonna go through all that.
I'm gonna tell you, from things that I saw, I would have been in HR on Love, because all that pulling on Hilton's arm and all the little stuff. I'm like, no, she couldn't be doing me. We would have been threw down in the courthouse. I'm like, she is just doing too much. I would have had to take her. I would have took her to HR. Because don't touch me. Don't be grabbing my arm. I'm not your child. I'm your equal. We doing this together. And you up in here grabbing me and pointing your finger in my face. And I'm like, no, that she just was. Love was just doing too much. I know that's her job as a prosecutor. I don't know, but somebody need to talk to her, because she needs to learn how to, she has to tone it down. She has to tone it down. And I wish somebody would get an interview with Paul Howard.
You know what? I might look for him. He has a law
firm. Because he wouldn't. He does?
Mm-hmm.
I wish somebody would interview him, because remember, he wouldn't bring that case.
Yeah, let's see. Now that you watch other people go and take it and run with it.
I wish somebody would get an interview with him, because I would like to see what he has to say, because he wouldn't bring, he didn't bring that case, because he said, there wasn't enough evidence, and he wasn't going to go off of the word of Woody. So they should have did the same. But don't get me wrong, I can understand, them wanting to clean up the streets in Fulton County as far as crime. That's their job, and they should, because a lot happens, and it's not just Fulton County. I mean, a lot happens in a lot of different counties, but a lot of stuff happens in Fulton and downtown area and all that kind of stuff. But when you bring a case, make sure that like Woody said, you don't even have the facts. Like, you got to have the facts, you got to have the evidence to back the facts, and you have to have credible witnesses that are going to come on there and testify the way you want them to. They didn't have nobody testify the way they wanted to except for the detectives, and they were biased.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the juror saw through all of that. I didn't know what the jury was going to do, because you never know what a jury's going to do. You never know what a jury's going to do. But one thing I told my daughter, I said, Shannon will be found guilty of something. I said, because there's no way he can get around that gun that was registered in his girlfriend's name.
That's
I said, I knew that they would find him. He can't. I'm like, there's just no way. There's no getting around that. I said, there's no getting around that. But Rico, I mean, come on now. Where was the money trail? I'm like, first of all, Thug don't need no money. Like Brian Still said, he don't need no $15 bag of weed money. Them bringing him money. I mean, it was stupid. It was just so stupid. I'm like, there's no money here. I'm just like, come on. And let me tell you about a gang. Here's what, if I had been in there. First of all, a gang, when everything went down and they start shooting at Woody after Nut was killed, a gang will go to war. They don't leave town. They don't go lay low. A gang will go to war, if that's what you want to call them and say they're a gang. Gangs go to war. They will fight, they gonna shoot it out, bang, 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 bang. So I was just like, none of it made sense to me.
Yeah.
None of it made sense. So keep doing what you're doing, Miss Sylvia.
Thank you.
I'll be watching. Hopefully there's some other good trials coming up.
It will be.
We won't be able to watch Diddy's because it's federal court out. They don't allow cameras in federal court, do they?
No, but that's my first love, was federal court. I started out there. And I would take notes, and then I would do a reenactment with the transcript when I was done.
I wish you could have done the trial, but it was going on at during the YSL trial, the trial in Gwinnett County, the police officer that killed that girl. That was a good trial. I watched some. I didn't watch all of it, but I watched some of that.
I wanted to do that one too.
It was good. It was good. And they have this young Black girl on there as witness, and she was a very good witness. And see that they don't do so because she had told them, if they would just listen, the police, she told them about this man, this police officer, because he was stalking her. Mm-hmm. He was stalking her, and she got on social media and she found out where he worked. He worked for the police department. She talked to his supervisor. She called everybody she could to tell him about this man and what this man was doing to her, how he was stalking her. And she waited all night for police to come to her house. They never showed up. If they would have only talked to her, that young girl probably wouldn't have got murdered. If they would have listened to this young Black lady who was calling them, telling them this man is doing XYZ, and they just dismissed, what she was saying. Didn't send a police officer out there to take no report, didn't do nothing. So, they have to do their jobs. Mm-hmm. They have to do their jobs. They really do. And I was so glad too when, what's her name? The judge, Whitaker. Mm-hmm. She read Love for Filth. I was in there, I was like, finally. When Love put the evidence up with the verbiage on it and the telephone number. Mm-hmm. And she tried to act like a telephone number wasn't. But Whitaker read her for filth. She read her, and Love didn't say a word. She just sat there, but she read her, and she read her good. She ran over what was his name, Judge Glanville. Mm-hmm. She made him look really bad.
She did.
Or let me say, he made himself look really bad because he allowed her. He allowed her to run all over him and walk all over him. She didn't do that with Whitaker.
Mm-mm. Whitaker wasn't having it.
Yeah, and I don't know what Glanville's thing was. I think Glanville was biased though.
Swag.
I think he was biased too. But anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. But I just wanted to come up and let you know that I am North Media,
Thank you,
and
North.
let you know I've enjoyed your channel, and I
Thank
will continue to follow. I'm gonna probably go ahead and join now. I haven't gone back to work yet. I've been off work for over a year.
uh-huh.
I guess I'll go back and to me it's like pre-retirement.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm 63 years old, so it's like pre-retirement. But I'm not ready to be. After being off a year, I'm like, I ain't liking this, so I'm gonna go back to work. And I'm definitely not trying to draw no Social Security at 63.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna go back to work.
Yeah.
I'm going back to work. All right, Miss Sylvia. Well, have a good evening.
You too.
And like I said, don't focus on the haters.
I won't.
Just know God's got you. I am a child of God. I am a saved, born again Christian. I've been attacked over and over and over, and I've had to fight myself and ask God to give me the strength and the power to keep my mouth, because I got a mouth and I got a tongue, and I know if God don't keep me, I can't be kept.
Amen.
And things worked out for me. I was on a job for a long time. I was making really good money, and they were racist, and I took it for as long as I could take it. And I ended up filing with the EEOC,
Mm-hmm.
and this company they settled with me out of court. They settled with me last year. It took them 3 years, but they settled with me, and I knew God had me because I kept my mouth shut, which is very unusual. But I just kept, because I could have went after some people and called some people and said whatever. But it would come in my mind. And I said, God, please keep me, please keep me. And the victory was mine. They paid up. They paid out the money, and so you just have to let God fight your battles.
Amen. Amen. Thank
Let
you.
God fight your battles. All right.
I will. Definitely.
All right.
Thank you again.
Good night.
All right. Have a good night.
All right.
All right, guys. That was awesome. That was great. Great, great, great. She gave us some words of wisdom. It was awesome. Sylvia asked earlier, by any chance, have you spoken to Mariah? She posted yesterday, barely can talk. She apologized to her fan for missing the remaining show left on tour. What happened? Hold on, let's see. Mariah. Let's see. Everybody's doing Diddy. I mean, not Diddy. Jay-Z. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. What an interesting conversation. Once the items are purchased, they remove so they won't be duplicated. Yeah, the items get removed. Yes, they will be removed once the purchase is made. Hold on a second, y'all. All right. Sorry, guys. I was just looking up something. I'm North. There she go. There she go. North Media right here. That was great. That was a great share, North. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? Oh, don't forget tomorrow, y'all. This is a station that will be on 8:30 in the morning, guys. I need you guys to tune in. Tune in to this station 8:30 in the morning. Hold on, put the station in the thing for y'all. Hold on a second. This is where I'll be at tomorrow. This is the station for tomorrow. Y'all click there 8:30 tomorrow. That's the station. That is the station, Chubb Rock radio station tomorrow. Oh, they beat the Browns? Yay, Kim. Oh. Save that link for tomorrow. I'll be there 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning. You guys got it? Save it. That's where I'll be at tomorrow morning. Oh yeah, I'm about to go to bed. It's 10 o'clock almost. And I'm sleepy. I'll see you guys in the morning. Night, night. God bless y'all. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Amen. Amen. Good night, everybody. And don't forget to continue hit Pamela's gift. I see some of you guys already got her some gifts. Continue getting those gifts for the babies, okay? Let's empty out her gift list. All right, guys. Good night.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion
Every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment